Hello everyone, this is Muse and I am recording my first tournament game. I don't know which game this is. I think this is game number 9, but I'm not sure. Yes. We will do this. So yeah, tournament game. Alright, so let's see. Owen, RC, Ave, Rampage, and Not Fat. We're at 1.5 and VT, which is, it can be an interesting slot, but if we remain vigilant, then hopefully we can pick a good M1. Okay, RC is off picking Lamp and Not Fat, or alternatively Owen and Ave, and Ave reflects that basically. So not much info so far. Ave is repeating the info of Not Fat Lampage. So given that, I think we should probably pick somewhere in Owen, RC, and Ave, but we'll see. He's thinking a while about 1.4, right? So let's see. Let's think about some reads. If RC is spy with Owen, or sorry, well, if I'm expecting if we are both res, then I think if Lampage is res, then Owen picking 1.1 is a curious decision. Okay, so this is some new info, and probably it makes RC the logical pick here. So that made our life easier, I would say. Lampage, Not Fat. Yes. Right, because those two both gave the info of Lampage, Not Fat, one res, one spy, and therefore, since Lampage picked Ave and Owen, assuming that info is correct and Lampage does spy Not Fat, then that means Lampage res is RC. I don't know if that made any sense. I think it made sense, but I might be completely off. We'll see. We'll see. I am VT, so we are allowed to make some mistakes, but not too many. So M1, so Not Fat has to spy M1 plus 1, surely. No, wait, what? He thinks he's an add to it? Is he an add to it? He's not an add to M1 plus 1. Oh, this is fascinating. Okay. Fun stuff. Oh, wow. So Not Fat is PR, right? Or is how PR-ish is... No, 2.1 cannot be PR. VT should pick 2.1. So rather, 2.1 is not claiming any info because it's saying... Actually, I don't know. It's so hard to read M2s. Anyways. Okay. RC adds. I feel like Not Fat usually does something unusual though when he's being spied like this. But I don't know for sure. Yeah, we'll have to see. We will have to see. RC, Muse, and Ave Hunter. Okay. I mean, logically speaking, the ad is Ave or Owen, so 2.1 is quite strange from Not Fat, not gonna lie. Quite strange. Yeah, I mean, two M1s confirm that, 1.2 and 1.4 both are saying Not Fat is not an ad. And so, could he be Merlin with this clean? Or, whoa! The reject. The big boy reject. Okay, so who floats this? Okay. Well, we can put not fat on. And then we put Owen or Ave? Ave. Owen or Ave. So, yes. But see, this is not clean, is it? Maybe, actually, you know what? I can see this being clean. I think with Ave, yeah, I can see this being clean. We can try this. The thing is, if he's a spy and I put him back into the game with this, right? We have to consider if not fat's a spy and his spy mate is somewhere here. Maybe we put Ave, or maybe we pick reject this. What if we pick reject this? Because I'm not so convinced that. Or how about we pick reject this instead, huh? Yeah, fuck it. We pick half this. I mean, yes. So if not fat's a spy and one of RC and Lampage is a spy, then this looks sus because it's like I'm putting not fat back into the game after I hammer reject. And okay. I am nervous. Right. Okay, so not fat is res PR only if M2 is clean. And if he's not, then I'm going to spy him, I think. Oh, the accuse. Okay, the accuse is strong with this one. Yes. I mean, it still has 2 ads. That's the problem. And I need some PRs to carry. And RC's not chatting at all. Okay. So we have to big brain something here. I think Lampage is PR. Okay. There are no chat reads whatsoever. This has me very nervous. I hope the PRs know what they're doing because I fucking don't. I fucking don't. Oh. Shut the fuck up, RC. I feel like M2 has floated so much. Oh wow, he didn't even chat. He didn't even have his chat highlighted. Oh wow, all res picked correct on once. Great. I hope I didn't unmerlin anyone with 3.1. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, 2.1 was strange because. Okay, well, I mean, what can I say? I set up clean SVT. What more do you want? If Merlin dies, it is what it is, right? It is what it is. Let's try to find Merlin though. Right, I think I'm going to be considered. Or seen. Yeah, okay, in hindsight, 3 for 1 is a very logical pick because I'm allowed to bring not fat back into the game if M2 is wrong. I don't think that's necessarily your team. It could be square, can't it? Hey man, if they nail me as Percy to Merlin, I'm gonna be kind of pissed. Yeah. If they shoot Lampage and Lampage is Merlin, and whatever, then man, whatever. I mean, the shot is out of my control, but let's try to figure out who Merlin is. 1.2 is somewhat strong. 1.3 is a reflection of that, and 1.4, I would say 1.4 is also strong. Yeah. Yeah. 1.5 was just logical. I didn't really do anything interesting in this game. I was scared that M4 was going to fail, and then I would have to accuse not fat, because otherwise I don't enjoy his 2.1 at all. I was feeling very nervous in M4. Ooh, I got VT'd. What is this? You think Merlin can't stall that long? Really? Yeah, they had pretty bad seats. I mean, 1.1... Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's Danny's. Ooh. Yeah, I was definitely debating between for 3.1. I think the only pick, well, obviously the only, well, hold on. Lampage picked 4.5. I didn't have an M4 pick. Okay, the only two picks I made this game are 1.5 and 3.1, and 1.5 I think is fairly logical, right? I mean, just look at 1.3, 1.4. What was I gonna say? Oh yes, but then 3.1. I was thinking, well, I have to, Lampage is the I take off Lampage there for sure, and because RC is the most res, and then I add not fat because not fat accused it, and then the last ad is an O and an Ave, and I'm trying to think why is Owen added over Ave, and it's like I don't know, I don't actually know. It was something about the lack of chat. I think that was like if Ave is res, then and M2 isn't clean, then I felt like he might chat more. Like I was a little unnerved by Abe's silence, and so it made more sense to me that he could be spies with Lampage, so that he would just be waiting because he's more experienced than Owen, and experienced players know that if M2 floats and M3 fails and M4 the repick of M2 fails without any chat, then Rez are pretty screwed for M5, and so I thought he would be more liable to do that as a spy, and therefore that's why I left him off M3. Okay, what does Not Fat think of my 3.1? We were just talking about this, so this is great timing. Oh boy. Am I dying? Am I dying? If RC is Merlin, then this is very nerve-wracking. But do we think RC is Merlin? We can actually guess Merlin ourselves. I think we probably guess either RC or Lampage. And I'm gonna guess Lampage. But it could be RC. And it would be really unfortunate. Yeah, I mean, I feel like Lampage with 1.4, Not Fat thinks he can't stall, but I think as Merlin he would try to stall because he would not be sure of how to pick to help set up clean. And so, yeah, I don't know. I think he could be Merlin. It could also be RC. It could easily be RC. And they're not shooting me, which is, I mean, there's no chat to go over. What do you want to go over? Yeah, I think for me it's Lampage, then RC, then Ave as the most likely Merlin candidates. But if Ave is Merlin and just laughing the whole time at all these reads that they're quote unquote reads they're putting out, then yeah. Like the thing is, Owen is assassin, so who off picked RC with Owen? Right, so Ave, yeah. I mean, 1.3 is risky as Percy. Oh no, actually, Ave can actually definitely be Percy to RC. Oh fuck. Okay. What about Lampage? Ave and Owen. Yeah, he can also be Percy. Okay. RC has Percy's. What about Lampage? Lampage Not Fat. Well, RC just hard claimed Percy there. Yeah, so the point of 3.1 is not to do anything to like trick spies, but it's more of like it's like a strategy that if M2 floated, it can be repicked in M4. So, or I'm not explaining this very well. So if you flip the order of M3 and M4, instead of it being going like 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, it would go like 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. And if M2 passes, the logical thing to do would be to repick it, right? And so because the vision, that's not how mission order works, we can't do that. And so we sort of like delay the repicking of M2 until M4. And in M3, we pretend that it failed. So if the mission is actually clean, then we just win, like here. And if it fails, then we can get some informative M3s based on the assumption that it failed, with the true assumption that it's a dirty mission in M3. So this is called Danny's. Or Remy's. Today I learned of a different thing called Pingus, which is when M2 has two ads, like in this case, but in M3 you add one of them. And so usually if a mission passes but has 2 adds, you don't do that because it could fail, and then it would, like, a PR would have to come out and say, okay, M2 is clean, and this is the other add, something like that. But with Pingus, what you do is you add someone to M2, and if it fails, then you take a subset of M2 plus the other add. So for example, in here, the adds are Ave and Owen. And so if we did Pingus, we would add Owen. And if it failed, we would go back to RC, Ave, Lampage, and Muse, and pick 3 out of those 4 in M4. The 3 most likely res. And it would almost certainly not be M2 we picked. Ave would almost certainly be on. And then you would add 2 from RC, Lamp, and Muse. And yeah, if they try to full solve this, I think they might even VT me. I think probably it comes down to a 50-50 between Lampage and RC, and honestly, as a VT, I will take a 50-50 any day of the week. Okay, so Abe's getting VT'd. I think he could definitely be Percy'd either RC or even Lampage. Because either way, 1.3 is kind of building off of 1.1, right? See, because either way he sees me as VT, he sees another VT res me, and then he builds off, well, if RC is Merlin, it builds more off of 1.2 as well, because RC is resing Lampage, and so that makes an Owen res me, so that means Owen is a spy by RC. And if he's Percy Lampage, then he sees Owen pick me, and RC, he sees Owen pick me, and then, so the other VT is RC, that means Owen is spying RC. So either way, he's building off of 1.1 and or 1.2. Yeah, I don't know if I have any Percys, actually. Right, Percy picked 1, and Percy and Merlin both picked M1. And so, I mean, it might literally just be RC to Lamp as PRs here. Ave could actually be VT, so it's... Man, this is honestly kind of nerve-wracking. When did it succeed? Okay, it's been 15 minutes. We're halfway through this ordeal. I would be surprised if Ave is Merlin. But I only have 1 Percy, and they're bound to find multiple Percys for RC. I don't remember how quickly I slammed 1.5. I actually think RC is VT, now that I think about it. This is from reading his speech play. I think RC is VT. And Ave is Percy to Lamp. How do we like that read? 1.1, 1.2. Yeah, 1.2. Yeah, okay. I think Ave can be Percy to lamp. Right. Yep. Okay. I'm going to go hard on that. RC's VT or Merlin only. He's VT by my. Yes, I think he's VT. And Ave should not be Merlin, so I'm not completely sure how NotFat is claiming that team because I don't get why it's not square. I don't get it. NotFat didn't even pick an M1. I would have seen a reject as saying NotFat Res's Hunter. But yeah, looks like they're going to use all 30 of their minutes or close to that. It's nowhere near as long as the last assassination as I posted, but so I think they're back to shooting either me or RC, but I think we're 2 VTs, so we are good. I would say RC's chat after assassination is indicative of VT. I will look kind of stupid though if this is wrong and he's actually Merlin or something. Yeah. The funny thing is, I almost never win games where I'm on the same team with RC because this chat for me is just so hard to read in like everything he does. But now that he acted pretty normally in missions, didn't give off any false signals or confusing chat, and he saved his antics for assassination, I think it's actually worked out wonderfully for us. Yeah, I think RC's VT and we're going to win this. I'm feeling good. Of course, things said moment before disaster. Yeah, I think we've gone through this game pretty thoroughly, from my perspective at least. And the thing is, Abe didn't. It's a lot harder to. I feel like for me, it's a lot harder to analyze this game as VT because Abe and Owen basically did nothing at all this game, and so yeah, like neither of them gave a good M1, or sorry, neither of them gave an informative M1 or an informative M2 or an informative M4, and so it's just like, okay, thanks for helping contribute to this smooth missions win. All right. They've used up 21 minutes. Right, yeah, I was considering that because why am I putting you back in the game? But if M2 failed, then I think I do have reason. And at that time, I was like, should I pick reject something? Should I? Like, to pick reject something at 3.1 after M2 is clean is a soft unmerlin. And that's why I didn't want to pick reject something like Owen, RC, Ave. But yes. I mean, I do think there's something weird with not fats 2.1, and I think, well, like a very nebulous rule of thumb for me at least is that when you're VT or when I'm VT and I see someone claiming PR, as I saw not fat claim PR with slight PR with 2.1, um, it's so weird to say okay, and with 2.5 reject, um, then you put the PR on missions to see how they vote and whether the missions pass or not. And this helps you figure out whether they're res PR or spy PR or if you're just totally wrong and they're actually the other VT. Oh, I have 2 Perseus! Let's go! Let's go, let's go! And they're not going to make me Percy to RC. But they weren't shooting... Yeah, they might actually shoot me here, huh? Because 3.1 quote unquote doesn't make sense. Yeah, 3.1, honestly, in hindsight, I think 3.1 was a risky pick. But since the first 2 missions passed, you can argue that I could afford to make that kind of risky pick. I still do not see how Not Fat thinks Abe cannot be in his M1's team. Because let's see, RC picks Lamp and Not Fat. Abe picks RC and Owen. And I pick RC. And so it is consistent. I don't understand why spies with 1.5 and 1.1 and 1.4 would not pick this way, right? Because they have a spy hammer. And so yeah, I think M1s check out if, I don't know, maybe Not Fat has some secret high level read that I'm not aware of. I mean, honestly, 2.1 should have been in the queues if they wanted to get anywhere. I think 2.1 and 2.2 have to both be accuses because then it forces Lampage to make a decision at 2.5. And it could get Ave, if they pick right and they get like Ave or something, then Ave might also be sus of M1 plus 1. Like Ave might, like if they both spy M1 plus 1, then Ave might be goaded into picking something like RC and Lampage, which would be, kind of a soft on Merlin. And then it could snowball from there. But it's a complicated. RC, I think RC 1.2 and 2.3 were fairly strong. The thing is, they were strong, but strong does not necessarily imply PR, especially in the current meta when, everybody is like the traditional rules. Well, not more like norms. The traditional norms of VT and PR have been sort of kind of scrambled because everyone wants to, deceive, right? And so I would argue 1. RC, like from what I know about how RC plays the game, 1.2 and 2.3 are strong statements. They are PR-ish statements, but I do not think they would come. I think they could easily come from RC as a VT. So yeah, so they have 5 minutes left. I think once again I think it's RC VT, Ave Percy to Lampage. Could easily be wrong. There are 6 combos. Most of them are viable, and so yeah, I think we generally played pretty well. I mean, they honestly did most, if not all, of the work for me. 1.5 was really all that I did in this game. Maybe 3.1, which will throw them off a little bit, it looks like. But either way, win or lose, I think I will be pretty happy with how I played this game. Okay. Not Fat is about to... I mean, Owen's clearly going to shoot who Not Fat wants to shoot, so... Not Fat is about to announce his decision, and he knows it will be final. Let's go! Oh, we almost got it. Oh, wow. Jesus Christ. Damn. Oh, man. Bassam is never going to live that down. Wow. So many people guessed Maryland correctly. Alright. GG.